Ricky, mighty strides. It was very impressive on his debut. He runs again this weekend on a big Sunday. You must have been impressed with that first race.
Yes, I mean, he was a trial winner before he came to Hong Kong. And he done well ever since. You know, he came here end of last season, before he turns 4, and he done a few trials, and he won in a good style, and he won the first up, and he'll do well again because he's still in the class 4, which is manageable to do well again in class 4.
Did you expect that on debut? I mean, did you come into the race thinking that we've got a chance here of perhaps winning?
Yes, to be honest, I really advised the owner that this horse will do really well first up, according to his trial.
Yeah. How has he been since that win, Ricky? Do you feel he's progressed coming into his second race?
Oh yes. Not long after he won, he sent him back to China, and he's been doing well. All the feedback is positive.
You've got Christophe Lemaire riding as well. I mean, he's a superstar jockey. Was that always the plan to get one of these big international jockeys, knowing that they were here?
No, that was a plan B.
Okay. On Miguel Barcelona, I suppose.
Plan A was the jockey won on him, Barcelona, but he's positive now. So suddenly come up my mind that use this international jockey.
Yeah. He's quite a big horse, Ricky, as well. You stick to 1,200 metres. Do you think that's where he's best suited for the time being?
To start with, I think only the beginning of his career, and start with 12. I think I'm not surprised he'll do well, like maybe up to even a mile.
And these owners, they've had some big horses, haven't they? It was a Mighty Giant. He was quite a big horse.
It was just a coincidence, you know.
Okay.
They even put his Mighty Giant and him together. They look similar, and then also a chestnut with a big white face.
Rene, PIECHULEK, many thanks for joining us. Great to see you here in Hong Kong. We're at the barrier draw, and you're due to ride Mendocino in the Vase. First off, you've got barrier 7. Are you happy with where you are?
I'm happy with the draw. I mean, it's just 10 runners, and draw number 7 is absolutely okay.
He's clearly a horse that stays well. Obviously, that famous win when beating your ARC winner, Torquemada Tasso, in the Gossa Prize von Baden-Baden. How has the horse settled in? What have reports been from your partner Sarah?
Yeah, he's okay. She's very happy with him. I saw him in the morning in the work, in the daily work, and he looks good. He looks brilliant. He moves very well. So yeah.
And he ran in the ARC last time. Obviously, I know connections were keen to go there after that Group 1 win. Was that just a case of rule a line through that run? The ground was just not there to suit him.
No, it's absolutely too soft the ground. It was heavy ground, and he don't like it. He was very tired after the race, so we gave him a long break. That's the reason why we didn't run in Munich. That was heavy ground, same like in Paris. And yeah, now we're here and we get good ground.
How much are you looking forward to the occasion? Obviously, as I mentioned, your partner Sarah trains the horse. She's very hands-on with him. I imagine you're both really looking forward to Sunday.
Yeah, sure. We have for Sunday. I think we can have a good chance to can be placed with him. He feels fine. That's what she said, and he works on Tuesday. He works very well. So. Yeah.
Just on the horse, Danny, obviously you've come over with the horse, you've been here throughout the preparation here in Hong Kong, and have preparations gone as smoothly as you'd all hoped?
Couldn't be happier with him, Nick. Like the horse, he's got a great temperament, which goes a long way, but he travelled over really well, lost minimal weight, put it back on more or less straight away. He was very fit before he came, so we haven't had to do much with him, just let him can around, and he's really adapted to the conditions really well. Settled in terrific, ate all his food, every grain, every feed, drank well, looks well, and yeah, moving good. Really, touch wood, we're still a couple of days out, but as you said, the week couldn't have gone any better so far.
Danny, I've been fortunate enough to see him firsthand in Singapore, and obviously his form there is very good. This, granted, is another level, but I mean, he certainly deserves his place. I mean, what he's done in Singapore has been extraordinary. He's a Group 1 1,200 metre winner and a winner of the Derby as well.
Yeah, that's correct, Nick. Like, he's rewrote the record books over there, and first horse to win a Derby and then come back and win a Lion City. He's 8 from 8 at the 1200, or maybe 9 from 9 actually, I think it is now. So yeah, he's only a little fella, but he's got a big heart, plenty of fight, and he knows how to win, and it's great attributes.
Danny, look, for those that don't know, your story is a very interesting one. You gave up the race riding for a few years, and then obviously come back, and you found a horse like him. You're also due to disembark from Singapore and head back to Australia. So this is a great sort of fanfare and farewell to Asian racing, if you will.
Yeah, certainly, Nick. Like, I retired in 2017 and went and worked with Daniel as his assistant trainer and sort of looking at different avenues of the industry. Then when COVID hit, turned the industry upside down. There was a lack of jockeys in Singapore, so I decided to come back and to script how the next 2 years went, finding a horse like Lim's Lightning firstly and then Lim's KOSCIUSZKO. It's just been remarkable, and yeah, returning home to Australia at the end of this year, all family, personal reasons, like just to get home, be closer back to my mum and dad and my family, but we'll still continue to ride for a bit, and to think that my Asian career is going to be my last ride, probably maybe in Asia, would be the Hong Kong Sprint. Like if you said that to me 2 years ago when I wasn't even riding, like you could never believe it.
Tony, a couple of runners set in the mile this year for you, and you look to have perhaps the biggest local danger to Golden 6 in the shape of California Spangle. He's drawn gate number 2. Are you happy with the draw that you've got?
I'm very happy. Yes, I'm very pleased with the draw. And so was my other horse as well, Beauty Joy. He's in gate 5, but gate 2 is perfect for him. Yeah.
We know he likes to roll forward. I guess he's in a very good spot there to get to the front. Is that the plan again with him? Definitely.
We're going to ride the race like we've been riding for him, always going straight to the front and lead the race. And this is the way we're going to race him again.
I read an article this week that Zach Purton said, you know, you've tried every trick in the book to try and beat Golden 60. How many more tricks are there, Tony?
Well, we still always have something up our sleeves, you know. I'm sure we'll put on a big show, a big fight anyway. We won't. It won't be that easy. I know it's not an easy race, but we got Zach on. We're still in our stable, and every one of us still have confidence. I think that's where the teamwork kicks in. I think once we have confidence, there's always a way to win.
How has the horse been since his last run, Tony? Have you felt him? Have you felt him progress going forward towards this big day?
Yes, he's always improving, and this season he's improved a lot. His attitude, his behavior, is always improving. He's one of the calmest horses you'll find, you know.
Yeah, he's always been a very nice horse. Of your other runner, Beauty Joy, you've got Hugh Bowman on board him. I mean, he's created a little bit of a spectacle, this horse, because he has got one or two little idiosyncrasies. He comes into the mile, big ask. How happy have you been with his preparation leading up to the big day?
Well, gate 5 would be perfect. He's not an easy horse to ride. I got Hugh Bowman on him. I think there's always a way. He'll be very close to the race. I don't dare say he'll win the race, but I'm sure he'll put on a big show this time.
And what's been Hugh's sort of opinion of the horse, Tony, since he's been preparing him for this race?
Well, he was never an easy horse to train. You know, he's got some attitudes in the morning, and he's got a way about throwing his head, as we all can see. He's very sensitive in his mouth as well. So, but you know, the pace has got to be on. Once the pace is on, he'll be relaxed much better behind. And I think and with Hugh Bowman on him, with his good hands, I think he'll put on a big show.
What can you do with a horse like him in track work, Tony? Obviously, you mentioned he's got that sort of soft mouth, and he's obviously got a few little quirks. Is there anything you've done or you can do perhaps just in track work to try and get him to settle that a little bit better?
Yeah, you know, you can see we all have the running martingale on, and that will help stop him from throwing his head so much. The minute you touch his mouth, he throws his head. We tried all kinds of things, but right now it seems to be all under control. His attitude is much better than ever before too. So, but he's a very calm horse. But if the pace slows down, he'll throw his head up. You know, he's very sensitive. But we know exactly what to do with him now.
Yahagi-san, PANTHALASSA is your runner in the Hong Kong Cup this year. A very exciting horse to watch. I imagine you're very excited to run him here.
Yes, because I couldn't come here last year, and I'm very happy I'm coming back here in this year.
How has the horse settled into Hong Kong? Have you and the team been happy with the way he's progressing in track work?
Yeah, so I'm satisfied about this morning's gallop, and he loves journey, he loves abroad, so it's no problem.
You won this race last year with Love's Only You. Are you able to compare both horses? Are they similar in any respects?
Love's only is better at the moment, but he will improve.
On that run last time from PANTHALASSA, obviously he established a big lead on the field and was only just caught. Are they very much the same tactics here in Hong Kong?
Yes, it's one thing to go front, but I depend on Yutaka Yoshida, so it's a long lead or small lead, or I don't know.
He is drawn in barrier number 8. It's a relatively short run to that first turn. Does that pose any problems in your mind?
No, I don't care about barrier draw, so because he will do one thing. So
we saw a nice piece of work from the horse yesterday. He got a really good hit out on the turf track. Was that as pleasing a gallop as you could hope for?
Yes, I'm very satisfied.
Just on the latter mention there, Aidan, obviously Order of Australia, he's your other runner in the Cup. Was there ever an option to perhaps sort of stick to the mile with him, or was it always the thinking to go to the Cup?
Yeah, obviously he is a Breeders' Cup winner over a mile, and he's some very good form over 7 as well. But we always felt a mile and a quarter was going to suit him well, and we were just waiting and biding our time before we did it. And we think now is a good time. He ran very well in America. Maybe the mile wasn't strong enough run for him. He's by Australia, so a mile and a quarter should suit him well. He's in very good form since then, and we're very happy with his work, and really we're excited about stepping him up to a mile and a quarter.
And just an interesting angle on that race, Aidan, is the fact that he takes on a former inmate of yours in the shape of Russian Emperor, who has become a champion stayer here in Hong Kong. So certainly a bit of intrigue there in the Cup as far as those two meeting again.
Yes, absolutely. We're looking forward to it. Obviously, Russian Emperor has done very well in Hong Kong, and he was an Royal Ascot winner for us, so he's a very good horse. But we're looking forward to both of them meeting again, really.
And Aidan, just finally, I imagine it'd be extremely special, of course, to win another race at this very prestigious meeting. And well, you certainly have a good hand in the Vase, if not perhaps the Cup as well. I mean, it'd be phenomenal and a great achievement, and great for everybody to win another race here, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, because it's so competitive, you never expect it, but you always hope. Obviously, we would be over the moon if we did have a winner, but it's tough and competitive, and it's world-class racing at its best. And when it's like that, you're always hoping, but things have to fall for you. But it's very, very good competitive racing.
Frankie, Beauty Live is one of your runners in the final race on Sunday afternoon. He returned to action on his last start. Not the luckiest of runs in the home straight for him last time.
Yes, last start he jumped a bit slow, and in the home straight he can't find the room, so he just maybe unlucky, I can say. But I think if he got the room, maybe he will a bit more close.
Yeah, the run certainly could be upgraded. I mean, second up record, he's 1 from 1. So were you always thinking that he would come on for the run?
Yeah, and this time also we put a Joe on.
Yeah. That leads me nicely actually onto my next question, because obviously Joe being here, he has won on the horse 3 times. How important is that to have Joe riding him?
Yeah, Joe also wing me. Any horse can put him on. So I tell him I have this horse. You ride him. I ride him few winners for this horse. So if you don't mind, I put you on this one. He said, okay, good.
Yeah, he comes in with a nice weight as well, 118 pounds. He's got a really nice weight to carry.
Yeah, I think Class 2 he still can have chance to win the race. This horse here.
You've also got EASON in the race as well, Frankie. Sylvester de Souza is going to have a sit on him for the first time. You've taken the blinkers off in this time.
Yeah, last start he used the blinkers. I think 2 times before I put the blinkers on 1200, and 1200 still okay, but 14. Alex Bado tell me a little bit keen, so this time I take off the blinkers. Should be better for him. Yeah.
He's got another wide barrier as well. We know he can show a bit of speed. I guess it does make it tricky from where he's drawn.
Yeah, I think He's a little bit easier. If you could jump, maybe try to get midfield. If you jump slow, maybe just take him back. Yeah.